If you look at this version of the slide, you can see exactly where the 7-letter rule and the 5-letter rule apply. The 7-letter rule applies in a number of different places. The 5-letter rule only applies for one adjective so far, and that's the neuter form of good, хорошее. By the way, it's worth mentioning that the word хорошо doesn't mean good. It means either well, like he speaks well, он говорит хорошо, or it means it is okay. Хорошо, it's okay. But it does not mean good all by itself. That word is хороший, хорошее, хорошее, and хорошее. There are 4 forms to choose from. Now, try practicing with adjectives. How would you put in the adjective the old cassette player, or the old cassette for player? The word for cassette is кассетный, the adjectival form for cassette. So, we get вот старый кассетный плеер, where старый and кассетный are masculine to match player. What about that's an interesting letter? Letter, письмо, is neuter. So, interesting. Интересный also has to be neuter. We have to change it. Это интересное письмо. Here are our new books. Our new both have to be plural to match books. Вот наши новые книги. The plural forms are наши and новые to match the plural form книги. Where is my blue t-shirt? T-shirt, майка, is feminine. So, my has to be feminine and blue has to be feminine. Где моя синяя майка? And синяя, of course, is a soft adjective. Therefore, the ending is ya. Do you have a good radio? We already said that the word for good is not хорошо. It's some sort of form of хороший. And since radio is neuter, we would expect хороший also to be neuter, and we get хорошее. Because of the 5-letter spelling rule, хорошее is your only example so far of the 5-letter rule. What about where are the Russian students? Russian has to match students in its plurality, so русский becomes русские. Где русские студенты? Take a look again at хорошее. The stress is хорошее. That indicates to us that the oye ending in this neuter form would be illegal because an unstressed o cannot be written after sha, or xia, zhe, che, or tse. So, test yourself to see whether you've gotten the adjectival forms down. What would you put in for this is an old cassette player? Is it старая кассетная, старый кассетный, старый кассетный, or старый кассетный? These figures that you now see on this slide come from not today's show because I wasn't there today. I was totally absent-minded and out in space. This comes from last year's audience, and as you can see, most of them got it right. It was number 4. Это старый кассетный плеер. This is an interesting letter. Это something something письмо. Is it интересный, интересное, интересное, or интересное? And the answer, as most people said last year, is интересное with the neuter ending oye, which is pronounced because it's unstressed. Это интересное письмо. These are our new books. Is it наши новые, наши новые, наши новые, or наши новые? And I should warn you that only one of these lines is totally legal. That is, all of the other lines have not only the wrong form, but forms that don't even exist in Russian. And as you can see, that gave people more problems from last year. The answer is наши новые. If you take a look at the grayed out form in number 1, there is no нашие. That is not one of the forms of наш. There is no form новые, number 2. No adjective ever ends in uy, e. There's uy и краткое, the masculine ending, and uye, the real neuter ending, but no form that you see in the grayed out number 2. Number 3 also has a non-existent form. Novie. Nov is hard, not soft. Therefore, we can't use anything that looks like a soft ending. Take a look at, this is a big university. Это blank университет. Is it больший, большой, большие, большие? Nearly everybody got that right last year. How did you do? It can't be number 1, больший, because that word doesn't mean big. It exists in Russian. It means greater, like a greater duty to one's country. But that doesn't mean big. Большой is the word for big, and it's masculine, and университет is indeed masculine. Большие is an illegal ending because it is a violation of the 7-letter spelling rule. And большие, while a form that exists in Russian, is plural, and we're not dealing with a plural here. How would you say, where's my blue t-shirt? Где blank майка? Is it моя синяя, моя синяя, моя синяя, моё синее? Nearly everybody got that right last year. It is number 2, моя синяя. The first grayed out line, моя синяя, is illegal because синий is soft, and the adjectival ending ая does not keep that adjectival stem soft. Моя синяя would be fine, except that моя is misspelled. Моё синее is neuter, and майка is not. What about you have a good radio? У вас хороший радио, хорошее радио, хорошее радио, or хорошо радио? That gave some people some problems last year. The fact is that the correct answer is number 3, хорошее. Хороший is a legal form in Russian, but it's masculine, and the radio is neuter. Хорошее is totally illegal. It's a violation of the 5-letter spelling rule, which says that you cannot write unstressed or after sha, or ся, же, че, or ц. Хорошо doesn't work because while that word exists in Russian, it's not an adjective. It doesn't mean good. It means it is fine, or it is okay. Here are Russian journalists. Is the word for Russian русские, русские, русское, or русскои? Every single one of these words is illegal except for one. And last year, nearly everybody knew which one. The correct form is русские, obeying the 7-letter spelling rule in the plural because журналисты is plural. The number 2 form, русские, simply does not exist. There is no such form. There's русский и краткое, masculine singular. Русское is also a very illegal form because it violates the 7-letter spelling rule. Русскои does not exist. There is no such ending as oi in the adjectival forms in Russian.